Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. I do a motorcycle racing TV show, Team Chicago Challenge. My email, teamdan45@gmail.com. My website is teamchicago.tv. We're in Lockport, Illinois. We're right down the street from Rich's Yamaha. This is Rich's Yamaha, Yamaha Ticket to Ride. We get to ride brand new Yamaha motorcycles to see how great these bikes are. As you know, I raced Yamaha for many years, probably over almost 25 years, running the Weir National Endurance Series. I got thousands and thousands of miles racing Yamahas. They're a great bike, great people to deal with. So let's check out some of these bikes here. I'm going to talk to some of the people that rode the bikes, and I think I'm going to have a great day right here in Lockport, Illinois, right down the street from Rich's Yamaha. And don't forget my email, and I'd love to hear from my audience, teamdan45@gmail.com. As we see the Yamaha crew bringing the bikes out, it is Friday. I got here early. It is June 9th, the first day of the Yamaha Ticket to Ride, sponsored by my good friends at Rich's Yamaha, Mike and Misty. As we look at the bikes that we will have the opportunity to ride, let's take a closer look. First off, I believe this is a SFR 900. They're saying it's a retro bike, retro styling, but it's got a modern 3-cylinder, 4 valves per cylinder, liquid cooled, 889cc engine. And right behind it, we're looking at the XP 250. This is Yamaha Dual Sport 250, 4-stroke with a 5-speed trans. And now we're looking at the Tenere 700. It's got a huge gas tank, so you can ride it a long distance with that 700 twin-cylinder engine. The next bike we're looking at is the MT-09 SF. It's got a 3-cylinder, 4 valves per cylinder, 889cc engine. The red bike here is a Tracer 9. It also has that 3-cylinder, 4 valves per cylinder, 889 engine. And this bike was built to be a good speed, sport, touring motorcycle. The next bike we're looking at is the MT-10. It's got a fully adjustable KYB suspension. It's got a 998 4-stroke engine, 4 cylinders, 4 valve per cylinder, a high performance street bike. Next we're looking at the R7. This is the new sport bike from Yamaha. It's got the 689 liquid cooled twin engine with 4 valves per cylinder, and it is now the hot street bike replacing the R6. Now we're looking at another Tenere 700. This blue bike here is an MT-09 with the 890 engine. Got multiple stages you can control from the handlebar. It's a highly explosive, go-fast motorcycle. This one here is the MT-3. This has got the twin 4-stroke engine, 321 cc's. This bike here is the MT-10 SP. It's got the Olin suspension and the 4-cylinder 1000 cc 4 valves per cylinder engine that's making great power. Back here we're now looking at the Boat. This is the Yamaha Cruiser with that torquey V-twin engine, 942 cc's, 4 valves per cylinder, 4-stroke engine. Now we're looking at the Super TRA. This has got a 1200 twin-cylinder engine. It's 1199 cc's, making great power. Back here we're looking at the XSS 700, another retro Yamaha with a modern 689 twin cylinder with 4 valves per cylinder. And finally, we're looking at the R3. This is your entry-level sport bike, whether you're gonna ride on the street or do a track day. It's got that 321cc twin engine with 4 valves per cylinder. And as we look at all the bikes and the truck from Yamaha, you had to have a helmet, you had to wear a long sleeve shirt, good shoes, long pants, gloves recommended, eye protection. And now we're going to talk to my old friend, Dave Derringer.
Dave Derringer here, Yamaha Motor Corporation. We're at Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois for our demo days. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. And you can ride some of the different bikes we have. MTO3, R3, MTO7, MTO9, SP, Tracer GT, T700, many different bikes you could choose from, Bolt. And we get the people out on the bikes, get a feel for what the bikes do and they feel like, and get them out on the road and they can ride the bikes around town and see what they think about a new Yamaha motorcycle.
Thank you, Dave. And now we're watching Dave helping the bikes out of the parking area. There's an instructor in the front, an instructor in the back, keeping track of these rides. Dave Derringer and I go back many, many years. In fact, let me tell you one quick story. I believe I was heading out to California either in 1999 or 2000 to ride a 24-hour, to race the 24-hour. I'm on the most desolate highway in Nevada. And who do you think comes along? Dave Derringer comes cruising by, they slam on their brakes. We're doing 70 miles an hour on the interstate. He rolls down his window and says, "What am I doing there?" And I said, "What are you doing here?" So I guess they were going to a national motocross in California while I was going to Willow Springs for a WIRA 24-hour. Dave was got involved with us at the Lake County Supercross, the event that I worked on, did the TV with Bill Sparks. And as this group heads out, we're going east on Archer Avenue. We're approximately a mile and a half west of Rich's Yamaha shop. As you can see, everybody's supposed to ride staggered down the highway. You got one Yamaha staff person up front, one at the back, to keep everybody together, to keep everybody safe. Now this is the second group. I was in the first group, but sadly, I have to go back to 2018. Yamaha corporate, or the attorneys for Yamaha, this year have forbidden helmet cams. Now, how many people that want to go on a ride like this would like to record it? Well, you are forbidden to do that. And I'm wondering, is this the ESG ratings that they are looking for? Is Yamaha gone woke? So what do I mean by ESG and the attorneys not wanting helmet cams? And to me, I think a helmet cam is the greatest way to prove that you were riding properly. If you did have an accident and you did have a helmet cam, you'd be able to prove that you were riding properly. But ESG is now part of the fabric in America. So let me explain what is environmental, social, and governance. There are large financial operations that have billions of dollars of pension funds. Yes, if your money is in a pension fund, there's a good chance that some of these companies, a company like BlackRock, or even Vanguard are now enforcing ESG on all the companies. And they got a scoring system for companies. Now, who else uses a scoring system against their citizens but the Chinese? Yes, the communist red Chinese today, if you're a citizen in China, and they have no immigration in China, if you're a citizen in China, you are scored by how well you behave. And the Chinese government controls everybody's money also and where you live. But if you're a party member, then you get a little bit extra, but you're still scored. So we go by Rich's Yamaha, a great shop, and later on we'll be going to the shop and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the greatest Yamaha shop in America as far as I'm concerned. So this company like BlackRock that's run by a Fink. Yes, I believe his name is Larry Fink. They are scoring companies to make sure they believe in what they believe. And the big lie, and I have proven this time and time again, is the global warming lie or the environmental climate change lie. These are atheistic people. Yes, our president on down, atheistic people that believe man is greater than God. They believe that man is greater than Mother Nature, if you don't want to use the word God. They also believe if man can control the weather, which we know no man can, they also believe that men can be women and women can be men and this and that, and there could be 10 sexes and 20 genders and all this crazy stuff. And I believe Yamaha has come under the spell. So now they are paying attention to the bean counters and not the engineers. Remember, after World War II, it was the motorcycle industry in Japan and also in Italy with scooters, motorcycles that got their economy going again. Real engineers creating real products. And that's why Japan became a great country, and Italy after World War II. So anyhow, my ESG score is 0, 0, 0, and Yamaha should not worry about their ESG score. Make great motorcycles, sell them at a fair price, and you will be rewarded. Now that I'm off my soapbox, I'll tell you about the bike I'm riding in 2018. In 2018, I believe I was riding an MT10. The MT10 is a standard sit-up position motorcycle, but it did have that great 1000 cc 4-cylinder engine, 4 valves per cylinder, a great engine making great horsepower. I could tell by riding this bike that it was a wonderful motorcycle. Now I can't give you a full road test on what I rode this year in 2023 because I don't have the helmet cam to go along with it. And I also cannot wear my helmet cam at AMA races anymore because they are gone woke. It's a sad state of affairs. Some rider got injured because he crashed and he blames his GoPro. Well, I don't really like GoPro cameras anyhow because they got them mounted on top of their helmets. How silly. But anyhow, a rider got injured and sued the helmet company, and the AMA is afraid also, so they tell me, even though I have rode and I have raced thousands, maybe tens of thousands of miles with my helmet cams. The motorcycle I rode today is a Super Tenere 1200. It's a 1199cc twin engine. Yes, I did feel it made torque. This bike is a sit-up bike, and the Teneres are sort of based on the Honda Trans Alp style motorcycles that came out about 15 or 20 years ago. A little more suspension. They're very popular in Europe. If you get off the interstate highways and you're on the back roads, and if you end up on a gravel road, having a little extra suspension is very helpful. And in Europe, there are many, many gravel roads. Not so much in the USA, but there are still a lot of gravel roads even here. The other bike I rode was the R7. Now the R7 has got the great suspension, the great chassis of an R6, but it is no R6. It's a 700 twin engine, making the same power about as my Triumph Twin. Does not have that great engine that the R6, which I tell everybody, the R6 Yamaha was probably the greatest motorcycle ever made for racing. Now I've rode 1000s or R1s, but the R6 is so comfortable. When you're on a 1000cc bike on a racetrack, a good time, many times coming out of the corner, you got to be very careful, or you may get spit off. The R6 was always perfect. With the Dunlop tires, the suspension, the bike set up over at 4 and 6, my good friends Ed Hilton and Jimmy Rashid, and it was those two that maintained my R6s. And I claim that I have more miles racing on racetracks with an R6 than anybody alive. Great motorcycles, great engines, great power. We had the suspension set up perfectly. I believe in 10 years of racing an R6, I had one mechanical problem, and it was the 1999, and it was an oil problem. Besides that, Ed Hilton took them engines apart after every race, and I was very confident going to every WERA National Endurance race. So now we're heading back east on Archer Avenue. We're heading back to the truck. I had a great time. I won't want to take anything away from anybody from the Yamaha, this crew that brought out the bikes, the people that took us on the tour, my good friend Dave Derringer. It was a great day. The weather was fine. I had the opportunity to talk to a couple of the other riders. We'll be getting that soon. But I am very fortunate, and I'm very lucky that Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois is one of my longest sponsors. It was the Yamaha dealers that pitched in to get me good race bikes for many, many years, going back to 1989. Dennis McNeil, when he was the rep in the Chicago area, put the deal together so that I would get motorcycles to race, and I produced hundreds and hundreds of TV shows racing Yamaha motorcycles. And now we're back to 2023. As I look west on Archer Avenue, the second group is heading back in. Everybody's got a helmet, so you can't see the big grins on everybody's face. Getting the opportunity to ride great motorcycles. It was a nice ride in the country. Everybody got to ride 2 different motorcycles. You had to sign up. You had to have a motorcycle license. You had to have the proper equipment. But it was well worth all the requirements. The Yamaha crew was great, and everybody had a great time. And I had the opportunity to talk to 3 different riders, and they're going to tell us about their experience at the Rich's Yamaha Ticket to Ride.
My name is Barry. I rode the XT250 and the XSR 700. I really like Yamaha bikes. I guess I'm addicted to a quick shifter and a self-canceling turn signal, but they're phenomenal bikes. I mean, I've never ridden a dual sport before, but I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Very lightweight and soaks up the bumps of these wonderful roads we have here.
So you think that the 250 would be good in the dirt also? You think?
I think really? So. It's definitely got a lot of low-end grunt, which is what you want. You don't have to wind it out to 7,000 to get it to move, and it's very lightweight, very easy to maneuver, and a lot of fun to ride on the street.
Honestly, I think the R7, for me, the handlebars are a little on the low side. Like, they need to be up about an inch more for it to be more comfortable to me.
So what kind of bikes do you normally ride?
Right at the moment, I have a Kawasaki Vulcan and an H2 SXSE.
Okay, and you said you start out with a Kawasaki
ZX6R.
Right.
And all those have a little bit higher handlebar ride grips for it, but they're all the same seat height. Other than that, it wasn't bad. Didn't really get a good enough chance to see how much power it had, though.
Right,
demo rides.
Right. All right, so what's your name?
Matthew.
My name is Dave. I rode the XSR 700. It was my first time on it. My best friend suggested it, and it was better than I could have hoped, coming from cruisers to more sporty bikes. Then next I rode the MT10, which was way faster than I was expecting it to be. Never really needed to come out of like 3rd gear, or even go to 3rd gear if I didn't need to. They were both really fun. About the same seat height on both of them, about the same riding posture, which is more upright and less aggressive.
So what do you usually ride?
I usually ride cruisers. I own a Kawasaki Voyager 1200. So I'm used to the big, relaxed cruiser bikes.
Right. Do you think you'd like to have a sport bike somewhere? Yeah.
After today so far, I would love it. I'm riding the R7 next, so that's going to be a big test on actual sport bike posture.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your great comments on these Yamaha motorcycles. And as I take one last look around, I'm going to head up the street to Rich's Yamaha. We'll head east, and we are now looking at the most beautiful service department of any motorcycle shop anywhere in Chicagoland and maybe anywhere in the Midwest. Mike Venciano, the owner of this shop, had the floors finished, new lighting, had these great cabinets put in. Here is a man that cares about his service department. He cares about how it looks and how well the people working for him doing the service on his customers' bikes have the best tools, the best equipment, and the best knowledge to take care of these motorcycles at Rich's Yamaha. And as I take a look in the parts department, ever since Misty took over, they have everything you could ever need, and if they don't have it, they can generally have it for you in a day or two. This is a well-run parts department, a great service department, and they do have a good number of Yamaha motorcycles that has been a problem, but they've got the bikes in stock, and I had the opportunity to talk to my good friend, Mike Venciano. Let's see what he has to say about the shop.
Hi, Dan. Mike from Rich's Yamaha. Been here 40 years. The store's been here since 1964. This is 2023. Next year, that means our 60th year anniversary. Hope to see all you folks here. We got a big show right now. We got the Yamaha truck down the street. Oh, probably a mile down on the left at Baird's Hardware. This is our 4th or 5th time we've had this truck here. We've got food coming, we've got ice cream truck down there, we got all kinds of fun and gifts and giveaways. Yamaha has sent us in a whole bunch of motorcycles. We got some great ones, the MT-10, the SP, the MT-09 SP, wonderful machine. Come on down, take a ride, enjoy life. We'll see you here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. As we look in the showroom one more time, there are finally Yamaha motorcycles available. We're getting beyond the Chinese plague or the COVID thing. Parts are starting to flow again. Bikes are being manufactured. And as I stated earlier, make great motorcycles. Sell them at a fair price. Have great dealers like Rich's Yamaha, a dealership that will take care of your Yamaha customers. For more information on Rich's Yamaha, it's richesyamaha.com or give them a call at 815-838-8130. They will give you all the information you may need. And to contact me, and I'd love to hear from my audience, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. Dan Schmitt Politics to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum here in Winamac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson, Indiana, on Indiana Highway 39. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles, but give them a call first at 574-896-3172 to check on the hours. It is a great collection of motorcycles.